Hello, everybody. I'm your host. Well, late of our 8:50 p.m. Eastern Time Zone Wednesday night live stream where it's members only chat. So I must apologize. I've been doing a lot of things. I was in the midst where I couldn't get here on time. So all I'm going to say is let's still do the show because once again, oh yeah, they won't stop trying to make you poor. But we're going to fight, ladies and gentlemen, financially. More news coming down today. Let's talk about that Federal Reserve rate hike. It's only 0.5. We already knew this, right? They're just going to continue to do this. But we're going to talk about the explanations later because they're trying to make sure somebody else stays good. We don't care about any of that. We need to make sure that we're good. And all I can say is thank you for joining this night edition. For not being here once again earlier. And again, we're going to keep going. I'm back in the mix. I'm feeling 95%, 95% with the situation. So we're back. And so let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome. Yeah, stop struggling now. Gear. Nobody made you. Edition. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click all below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. Even night edition, 10 p.m. edition on the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only. Those with the icons next to their name can be in the chat room tonight. So if you watch this video and you're trying to be in the chat room, you can't just be a subscriber. You actually have to be a member on Wednesday nights to be in the chat room. Now, let's get into it. Please share the videos because you never know who you'll be able to help. And we're trying to help everybody, ladies and gentlemen, because we got to fight financially because they're not making it easy. And some people may be thinking, what is he talking about? We know there's inflation. That's right. That's just the tip of the iceberg. But inflation is based on other things that are happening, like devaluing the dollar on a daily basis. So no matter what you do, the cost of living rises every day. And I don't care if it's 1 cent a day. You keep doing it enough, next thing you know, it's going to cost you twice as much. All right. So just think about this, ladies and gentlemen. So we got to stay diligent here. Again, the topic that I'm staying with for the whole rest of Christmas. I don't know. I'm just messing with you guys. But yes, oh yeah, they won't stop trying to make you poor. Let's see who's in the house. Laverne Penix is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only like him that could be in the chat room tonight. He has the icon and he brings his tagline. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope all is well. It's time to make some money. I received the notification and trailer. Thank you so much for reminding me of this. If you saw the trailer, received the YouTube notification, please let me know. You know how they do us around here. And also, Laverne Penix, in case you are new here, he's also known as AKA Mr. Cool, is in the house. So once again, thank you so much, Laverne Penix, for your support and for you here even after the late start. Victor Marrero, another longtime member, much appreciated. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only that can be in the chat room, and he's here. And welcome again. And he has one of two taglines, ladies and gentlemen. This one tonight, hello all, let's do this. We're trying to make it happen. We're trying to get people to understand. Victor Marrero knows exactly what we're talking about. He's about to be on the verge of retirement, and he's made preparations, ladies and gentlemen, the right way. All right? And some people may say, what's the right way? Okay. Make investments into assets. Assets pay you. Over time, you can increase the value of the asset because you can charge people more because, like I just said, every day the dollar is worth less. Therefore, you have to charge people more. And then that just means who holds the assets makes more money on the backs. And I hate to use the term backs, but you have to go out here and work, and you have to pay more for the cost of living. Now, if I'm holding the asset, such as a house that I'm renting out, apartments I'm renting out, condos I'm renting out, any cars I'm renting out, anything that I'm renting out that I don't have to work for, this is what Victor Marrero does in a different asset class. Therefore, he also worked a job for X amount of years, so he has retirement several different ways. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. He's already way ahead of a lot of people. Well, let's just call it what it is. 80% of the United States citizens he's ahead of. There's only a small, minuscule amount that can prepare for this because the cost of living is siphoning off your money. Living paycheck to paycheck is a thing here in America. We don't want that for you, ladies and gentlemen, but they trying their damnedest to make sure you stay living paycheck to paycheck. And I'm going to run some numbers here shortly, but thank you so much again for being here, Victor Marrero. Membets is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only that can be in the chat room, and he has an icon next to the name. Yes, sir. Appreciate your support once again financially, everybody that has the icon. And if you don't know what else is about to happen, ladies and gentlemen, this is the time that you may want to share the video for people that want to become financially free. The Millionaire Formula is here. Every freaking live stream, you can take little tidbits and start plugging and playing. And then you start realizing you're watching NBC, they're late. When you're watching Bloomberg, they're late. They're telling you information so you can give your money to somebody else so then they can make money off of your money and give you kibbles and bits. You want to keep the kibbles and bits and a lot more of it. All right. Curtis Davis is in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where members only with the icon like Curtis Davis could be in the chat room, and also known as Mr. Financial in these YouTube streets here in the SSN Nation. But let's get it out there. Chili Davis is just not a Mr. Financial. He has his own channel where he wants to talk to the people. So go check him out. He's part of the SSN Nation family. Go show some love at his channel, Chili Davis with 2 L's, Chilloy Davis, because he gives out stock information, financial news information, and you might be able to make decisions today, tomorrow, next week based on the information he gives out daily. Don't be sleeping, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the time. They're about to blow up this whole thing playing games. It's taken 13, 14 years. But this is going to be a wealth creation grab like you've never seen before. And you got to be riding this wave. You don't want to be under the wave, getting sucked down. You want to be riding the wave. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. James Way and Chili Davis has his tagline here. Good evening, SSN family. How did I miss it? And then the ABMM, in case you don't know what that is and you're new here, always be making money. That's what we're going to talk about here. This is what you're going to have to do. Don't play with yourself, ladies and gentlemen. The days are over where you're just going to be able to say, I have a job. That thing about when Martin Luther King said, I have a dream, that was for civil rights. That is not for financial situation. You can't have a dream that you're going to be a millionaire or wealthy or rich. You actually have to go out and get one. You're not going to be able to sit here and tell me 10 years from now, you'll be right here and you'll be going, Eric, I lost my job. I was working there for 10 years. I thought I was going to retire there. I have my 401k, the people that bought the company and tore it apart, they kept our pension money. They kept our brokerage accounts. See, we're trying to get you on the playing field, ladies. So be a casualty of this financial war that America is known for. So stop sleeping. And yes, I'm talking a lot because you guys don't understand. This is what they're. And shout out, like I said on Monday, banking. About time he got arrested. All right, that's all I'm going to say about that. Now, James Way J's in the house. James Way is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only like him with the icon next to the name that can be in the chat room. If you're a subscriber, can't be in the chat room. If you're just a person that just got sucked in a little bit and watching right now, you can't be in the chat room. Only members that have the icon. And how do you get the icon? You hit that $sign, and it's financial support, ladies and gentlemen. And James Way, thank you so much, everybody here tonight, for your financial support. And he says, it's cold. You damn right. But the next thing is the rent is too damn high. Good evening, all. And that's right. The rent is rising. But you watch this CNBC, you watch this financial news, and they're talking this crazy stuff. Oh, don't worry. Rental prices are going to come down. They are good jokesters, aren't they? Yes, in certain markets, certain places where there's not demand, there will be pricing coming down for rental units. But common sense says if 3 million people lose their home, that means they turn into renters. And when there's demand, limited supply, I don't think prices come down. They're playing this BS game because they don't want you to be buying an asset when it's low. Now, I got to get into something because we got to get to that. Here we go. James Way says it. Something. Let's see. Victor Marrero, he mentioned something and got the notification. Thanks you, James Way. Victor Marrero says, however, pursuing a few additional streams of income before retirement next year. Very, very nice to hear. Building a nice dividend stock portfolio with the stuff we've discussed here. Exactly. Victor Marrero doing the winner's game, the millionaire formula. He's like, oh, I'm retiring, Eric. He's like, I'm not only retiring. He's like, Eric, I got this locked down. He's like, I put all the eggs in the right baskets. If one of the baskets don't perform well, I still have my eggs in the basket. They're still performing, but I'm still making passive income. Then he has another basket. I am having passive income coming in. He has multiple baskets, multiple streams, and he's even setting them up in the last year before retirement, even more streams. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, because your legs can be cut from out from under you financially. I don't know how to explain this to you, but this is not 2020, 2000 to 2020. 2023 and on is going to be a whole nother world. All right. Everything that happened in the past, just forget about it. You're going to have to make your mark and get things set now. Imagine if YouTube went away. Imagine if Instagram goes away. Imagine you make money on TikTok. That goes away. Imagine you make money on Facebook. That goes away. Imagine you make money on Amazon, but because it's a race to the bottom, your profit margins are so slim because everybody knows where to buy this crap in China. So therefore, what are you going to do? Sell people $40,000 websites, Amazon websites, and guarantee you're going to make 10 G's a month? Come on, don't believe that BS. If that was so easily the case, they wouldn't be asking you for the $10, $15, $20, $30,000 to build one, would they? Come on, Victor Marrero, thank you so much for mentioning that. And notice he mentioned dividend stocks, ladies and gentlemen. That is beautiful. Some people may be going, Eric, what dividend stocks? Okay, all right. LUMN. Check that one out. L is in Larry, U is in Uncle, M is in Mary, N is in Nancy. All right? You want over 10% returns annually for the rest of your life, potentially? Well, there you go. How about 12%, 13%, 14%? Okay, IEP. All right, I is in India, E is in Eric, P is in Paul. The Icon. All right, Carl Icon Fund. There we go. I got a little bit excited, ladies and gentlemen, because of, you know who showed up today, Powell and the boards of presidents. They said, oh yeah, we're going to do the 0.5. See, guys, you see how easy this is? Did we not say Wall Street says it's going to be 0.5? Victor Marrero already said it a month ago. We all said it a month ago. They don't have the guts during December to do 0.75 or 1%. They never do. So we already knew it was going to be 0.5. And we also know, and well, we don't know yet for sure, but I think it's going to be 0.25 first quarter of 2023. All right, let's keep it moving. Look who else is going to be here in the house tonight. Late night edition. Curtis Davis, take action. Start a business, start a side hustle, buy real estate at rock bottom in late 2023. Exactly. And that's where I was going with earlier. A home is not an asset. This is how they make you poor, ladies and gentlemen. They make you poor by putting in these obstacles when you're growing up. You know what that's called? That's almost like a cult. When you grow up and they tell you, hey, go to school, get a good paying job. And then what do? They trick you and say, go to school. But, oh, I didn't tell you that school is going to cost you at least maybe 2, 3, 5 years worth of salary. And you're going to have to repay it because you're not going to have $100,000 when you're 18 years old or 19 years old or 20 years old, because we're not going to tell you how to start a business. We're just going to tell you how to read books. We're going to tell you how to do a math, arithmetic, calculus, trigonometry, study rocks. We ain't going to tell you nothing about the stock market where the top 10% own 89% of it. No. We want you poor. We need you working for us. Paycheck to paycheck out here. And don't be fooled because you make $100,000 a year doesn't mean you still don't live paycheck to paycheck. Believe me, I lived in neighborhoods where people were making $200,000 a year and they still were living paycheck to paycheck because their expenses got larger based on income. They did, instead of them going, I could spend $30,000 a year on assets that pay you, they decided I'm going to spend $30,000 a year on vehicle, oil, watches, clothes, shoes, jewelry. And then they're like, I don't have any money left, credit cards, partying, all that does you no good, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to keep going, and I'm going to keep talking a little smack while we're doing it. But thank you so much, Curtis Davis, because he mentioned the home prices. The home prices, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening is we love that 0.5. We're going to love the next interest rate increase, and we're going to like the next 2. That means the mortgage interest rates will start rising. There won't be many buyers because who's going to want to buy when it's 9.5, 10% mortgage rates? And now they're going to have to do something else. They're going to have to start reducing their Federal Reserve rate to spur the economy. Home prices will be dropped rock bottom. You'll have an opportunity. Now, it turns into an asset based on this. Only because the appreciation of that home is going to increase. All you have to do is buy it. Because in 2 years, they'll have it the federal funds rate back down to probably 3.5, somewhere in there, where mortgage rates will be almost about the same. That will increase the value of homes because people will be back borrowing to buy a home, because then home prices are not going to be what they are now or at the peak of 2022. Think about, what if home prices were actually 50% more than the all-time highs in the last year. Is that not scary? A house that previously was 250,000 went up to 600,000. And now it actually could be $1 million, $900,000 just 2 more years later. I hate to say this, make another video. So then I'll make another prediction 2 years later and people will be like, no way, there's no way, no how. Okay. All right. SSN Nation members, they'll be well ahead of you guys getting that free equity, being able to use that equity, go buy assets, pay you, and free mortgage. All right. That's how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Let's go. James Way back in the house once again. And again, so nice to see you. They put MLK down when he started talking about us getting that check. Oh, James Way. Oh, James Way. Oh, you know. Oh, don't even start with that. I actually did a clip one. Well, that was, I think 3 years ago. It's the MLK that they don't want to show because a lot of people recognize him as always being a peace protester. But that one time when he's at the Oval Office, and then he did another one with the speech, and he's like, we coming for that check. I was like, oh my. They were like, we got to make plans. Oh, yeah. They won't stop trying to make you poor, ladies and gentlemen. So they're saying, this is the United States of America. We better start eliminating. Did that guy just say check? He ain't marching no more. He ain't saying peace to all. He isn't saying, hey, we're going to just protest peacefully. Did he just say, we coming for our check? Oh my. Right then and there, it was over. Because now he's like, I stumble upon history in the States isn't what we wrote 250 years ago. They might find out not all of them are slaves. Oh my, he's acting like check time. We got problems. Thank you for bringing that up, James Way. We'll talk about this on MLK in January. I'm going to actually play the video because people will be like, holy smokes, we never saw this. Exactly. They want you to stay poor. They want to manipulate you because you have to believe certain things. You have to believe that you're powerful. You have to believe that you're not smart enough. You have to believe that it takes more effort than what it takes. But in order to do something great, it takes a lot of effort, especially when there's forces against you. And I don't care who you are. I'm talking about MLK, but they're out here printing money. Everybody who's holding a US dollar anywhere in the world, your US dollar does just decreased in value today. It's worth less tomorrow. You can buy less tomorrow with the same money and even less the next day. So you can't escape. It's not like certain political type, gender, race, ethnicity, none of that. You holding a dollar, you're screwed. Now, let's get to it, ladies and gentlemen. SSN Nation. Thank you, James Way, for that input. James Way has been checking out some history. He knows about that. We coming for our check. Man, I might even play that tonight because I love that. I love that MLK. Diesel Mike, welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream where it's members only with the icon that could be in the chat room, and he's here. He brings his tagline. Good evening, Eric and SSN family. Good evening, Diesel Mike. Thank you once again for being in the house. I appreciate the icon, the final backing. Much appreciated. All right, so Mike, it looks like I still have. I might be doing something. Oh, Diesel Mike, I see something about 1 billion in JP Morgan. Here we are. Diesel Mike, I haven't seen you in a week. I don't think a week or so. Yes, JP Morgan bought $1 billion worth of homes and are turning them into rental properties. That's going to be a big hit to the first-time home buyers. Okay, Diesel Mike. It's smoke and mirrors. Here's what's happening. They partnered with I can't remember the name of the company. I made a video about it actually. Home America or Home, I can't remember which one. So these guys are sitting there and they're going to spend $1 billion. They're partnering. In fact, I should pull it up. And BlackRock, Blackstone, they're doing something too in the ATL. JP Morgan, apartments, all that. But you do know it's only a few thousand units. And I'm going to keep telling everybody, Diesel Mike, they don't have enough money. I made a video saying I want the hedge funds, I want the banks, I want these guys to buy up every freaking house right the F now. You know why? Because they're not using their money. They're borrowing the money, leveraging the money. The home prices drop 20, 30, 40%. They have a problem. They have to turn around and look for somebody to bail their asses out. Now, you may be saying, hey, Eric, they're buying 2,500 units, and so they can charge whatever rent they want. You are right about that. But there's another 5 million, 6 million properties available. They can't buy 2 million, 3 million properties. Altogether, these guys don't have enough money. So I want them buying this stuff so they can all go down, because this time there's not enough money to bail their sorry asses out. So we're going to find out, Diesel Mike, because there's still people that think that home prices will not drop because of these hedge funds and all this. The hedge funds are like, I'm out of here. I'm not playing with this real estate game. We know they're going to drop in price. We don't really care what Powell says. But they're still out here gambling with your money that you put in the bank with the Federal Reserve's money, where they get 3% interest rates, 2.5% interest rates. So we're going to find out. But I want you guys buying that right as they want to pull it up so I can remember, because there's several companies doing it. And Open Door, Zillow, Redfin. Oh, by the way, they didn't crash and burn, Diesel Mike. They were trying to play that flipping game. I told you guys they were going to crash and burn with that nonsense. You can't sustain empty homes. Empty homes that need maintenance. You're in an HOA. You have taxes that just now came due in most states. They are. You got a bill in the fourth quarter, and you own 1,000 properties. And out of 1,000 properties, let's just say 500 of them are empty, and you owe $5,000 per property just in taxes. They're empty, no renters. Who's cute doing the lawn? Who's doing the maintenance? Who's doing the HOA if it's in an HOA? Who's paying the water, sewer, and garbage? Because you're still going to owe regardless if it's cut on. You're paying all that on thousands of homes. I'm not even going to get with the vandalism. So Open Door, Zillow, and Redfin, they found out. They effed around and found out. They all said, oh, uncle, I give up. I don't want to flip no more. My stock price went down 90%. I'm like, exactly. I love it. Bankruptcy next, clowns. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you notice I'm talking a lot of smack because I love it when a plan comes together. All right. JP Morgan. I can't remember one. I don't know if they're a debt facility. Hold on, because we were dealing with several of those. 1 billion to buy homes. Partnership. Let me make sure. Partnerships. It was Homes for Homes of America, because the two keeps doing it. But I can't really remember. I'm going to pull it up so everybody else may be going, what are they talking about? All right. Haven Realty Capital, 25 and 3 neighborhoods in the ATL. All right. I'm going to pull it up. Instead, I was going to go to something else, but I'm going to pull, because it's 417 million, I think, but because I was talking about two different ones before. But here we go. Let's go see what we got here. Oh wait, I don't want to do that. Here's what I want to do. We're going to go this route. So here we go. In case you're not familiar with what Diesel Mike is referring to, I'm going to bring up the article for it so people can see what we're talking about. That's on LinkedIn. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. It was 400. Well, they said 417 million out of the 1 billion before. This article by The Real Deal says 415 million. But either way, these guys are playing with water in dangerous waters. But is it really dangerous when you get free, when you're able to borrow money from the Federal Reserve, interest only at 3%? How dangerous is that really? 10 years, 15 years, interest only loans. That's not really dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. All right. When you think about it. So let's go. Why isn't this coming up here? We're having issues. Let's go see. Okay. Hasn't been added yet. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm using StreamYard. Here we go. To JP Morgan aims to acquire $1 billion in single-family rentals to exploit low only. I love it. They're partnering with Haven, so they're basically the debt facility. Plan to acquire and develop $1 billion worth. They're set to deploy $415 million in equity for the venture. All right, there you go. They bought 2,500 homes for 400 and they're saying 15 million here. It's either 417, 415, but who's going to talk about 2 million when you spent 400? This is what I'm talking about, Diesel Mike and everyone else. 1 billion. What are they going to do? Buy another 3,000 homes? Ladies and gentlemen, there's like 3 million homes in foreclosure right now. There's 10 million homes that builders have abandoned. They have abandoned their new construction projects. Some homes are built, some are half built, some are models sitting there. Who's going to buy all those? These guys don't have enough money. Are you really thinking that they're going to leverage all their money into liabilities? A home is a liability. Banks, okay, I get it. I get excited about this because I think it's so hilarious. I think it's hilarious when banks and hedge funds and these guys do this in a downturn of the economy. The tide rolls out, and they are caught, and we get to buy these things at rock bottom prices. But we have to be prepared because, again, this may be the last opportunity. I've been talking about this for a month. So they're trying to make you poor by getting loans. So everybody who got a loan in the last 2 years, millions of people, you're locked. The value of your home has went down. Your loan, the value of your home went down. You can't refi. You're locked. You can only walk away, which is what they want. They don't care. They got your paper. As soon as you sign those loan docs, they went out and sold the loan more than likely. So they got their money. They don't really care what happens to the house at that point. Whoever's holding that paper, too bad, so sad. You're going to have to figure out how to collect. So this is exactly the game plan for you. That's why a home is not really an asset unless you treat it as such. All right. So I'm going to get out of this because this is just short and sweet. They just tell you targeting home builders in the Sun Belt. The partners will look at communities of 50 to 200 homes spanning 1,500 to 2,500. Seed investments include 3 communities in Atlanta representing about 250 homes. You see how they're going to spend this $1 billion? You understand there's liabilities on this. If people can't work, they lose their job. You have to evict them. Most homes, after somebody moves in and they move out, it needs thousands of dollars worth of repair. And you still have to spend that thousands of dollars for repair. Any empty time every month, you have an IOU when you own a home. You have to have insurance. Everything I mentioned before. water, sewer, garbage. You got to have, if it's in an HOA, got to pay that. You got to make sure the lawn is kept up. You actually need people to go to the house to make sure all the mechanicals are working from time to time. When you let a house sit for months at a time, mechanicals stop working. So it's not like you can just leave a house empty and go, oh yeah, it's all done, and expect when somebody moves in, they're not going to be calling you about some plumbing issue, some leak somewhere, all this stuff. A home can't sit. All right. That's not how it actually works. It's maintenance required. You can't let like when you have a chimney, when you have fireplaces, you guys, you should be actually getting a chimney sweep at least once a year if you use your fireplace. You should have it done. If you don't, every other year, just like your heating system, once a year. Check it, full burners, however your heating system is. Make sure that's operational and checked. Same with the AC. A lot of people go, oh no, it's all right. It's $60, $75, $99. No worries. I'll just wait. You don't understand. You're just you're just preparing for an earlier time. You're going to have to spend thousands of dollars. All that stuff is neglected when a bank owns, a hedge fund owns. They're just sitting there letting it sit. And then they tell somebody, hey, why don't you be the manager of this? Now they're paying somebody 3%, 5% to manage the property. Banks are not good landlords. Hedge funds, not good landlords. They want to buy 2,000 homes, 5,000 homes, 2 million homes. Have at it. We're just going to sit here, ladies and gentlemen, with a big smile on our face, and we're going to be taking advantage of these clowns. All right? So just stay tuned. James Wood, Diesel Mike. So anyhow, that's the situation that I believe is going to happen. And so far, when we were talking about Zillow 3 years ago, manipulating the market, doing what they were doing, trying to do the flipping, and I said it's going to be bad. Open Door, Redfin, they all did the same thing, trying to play the game, except you don't have enough money. And as soon as you can't sell or the price can't be increased, you're holding the bag. And then you're going over crying, saying, hey, we might have to file bankruptcy. Can you help us? Give us some liquidity. Give us some money. We need hundreds of millions of dollars. And people are like, you don't make any money. We can't give you any money. So this is what's going down, Diesel Mike. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. 2 or 3 more interest rate hikes for 2023. Next year will be even tougher. Some are talking recession. Home prices are coming down. That's when we come in. Exactly, Victor Marrero. There's the playbook, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you may be going, Eric, what do you mean that's the playbook? Okay, the millionaire playbook. Interest rates are going to be somewhere, let's just call it, I don't really know. I'm just saying 9.5, 10%. Nobody can really buy a house when they start reaching those type of levels. Home prices have to come down, and then you're confused. Maybe if you're new here and you're going, didn't he just say don't buy a house because it's a liability? Yes. But the only time you buy a house is when a house is on clearance, on sale. That's when you buy liabilities as well, when they're on clearance, when they're on sale. You don't buy them when everybody else is buying them. Because why? When the price is low, you get the most benefit when the value increases, such as in the case of the home. And the value of the increase means that's an asset now, because if you bought a $250,000 home that used to be worth $500,000, and then in the next surge for homes, that house ends up going past $500,000 into like $600,000, $700,000, and you only owe $200,000. And it's worth $7,000, that's $500,000. And now all you want to be entrepreneurs, all you business people, all you people here in the SSN Nation that are going, hey, Eric, hold on, I'm going with passive income straight off the top. You're going to take some of that equity and you're going to go put it into something that says, oh, okay, for every 100,000, we're going to get 2,000, 2,500, maybe whatever the case may be every month. And you're going to sit there and be like, that's worth it. And that's going to pay your mortgage, and that's going to put money in your pocket, and you still have all the equity left over. And then one day you might wake up and go, hey, there's a business opportunity here because we're sharks. This is the Shark Tank. We're going to go buy a business because the business is making money and we're going to invest in it. Maybe we'll be investors. You have all that equity that you can use to buy more assets, not buy a RV, not buy a boat, not go down and buy jewelry, not going to the Louis store. Come on. That's how we do it here, ladies and gentlemen. That's how you win. You don't want to be poor. You want to fight financially. That's the only way you can fight, because right now, you guys, I know what it is out here. You guys know the numbers. 70% of the population doesn't even have $1,000 in the bank account. 70%. So is it no wonder that credit card debt is at all-time record highs? People are using their credit cards. They have to live paycheck to paycheck, so then they grab credit cards because that's the only way they can spend the $50, the $100, $200 per month, because they can't pay the $3,000 they just charged. So they keep you poor, but now you're locked, because now if you don't pay your monthly, your credit gets dinged, and now you're a credit risk. Your credit, now you try to go get an apartment, try to go get a house, you can't get one. You try to get cars, you try to get this, they say, hey, your credit's messed up. You have to pay a higher interest rate. That's how they keep you poor, ladies and gentlemen. This is a game, and it's very, very bad. All right? This isn't kumbaya in America. Capitalism is not kumbaya. All right? All righty. Enough with that. Some people are saying, okay, give us solutions. We'll get to that. Victor, home prices coming down 20% in 2023. Curtis Davis, I agree with this 100%. So far, they've only come down, well, in some places 10, some 15, some 20. Not the 50 yet, but that's because of how Powell talks. And speaking of how Powell talks, let me go back here, because this guy's disgusting. These guys are really irritating me, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to have to step it up. All right. Institutionalization, financial prisoner to liability like cars, wedding, homes, and no time. Exactly. So let me give you guys an idea of what's happening. Fed raises interest rates 0.5 point, the highest level in 15 years, 2005. 2007. You know what happened in 2004, 2005? It was just like what happened in 2021 and 2022. Home prices increasing 20% year over year or more. And exactly what happened 2 years later in 2007, they had to start raising the interest rates, and home prices dropped 50% or more. Everybody who bought a house at that time frame, it didn't matter whether it was 2009, 10, 12, 13, if they would have kept their home, they got more than double the value in equity. And then they're about to lose it all if they didn't utilize that equity. All right. And get it making you passive income coming in. But you had every opportunity, and now you have another opportunity. And again, I say it again, this may be your last time, because what they're doing right now is actually a playbook for the future. And some of you may not understand this playbook. So Jerome Powell is sitting here going, okay, guys, we're going to increase the federal funds rate. But to all my friends in the top 10% and owning the stocks, we're going to actually start easing up on the rate hike basis points. It's probably going to start going down. So he's already telling them 0.25 or maybe even 0.1. Who knows what they're going to do? But whenever they say, hey, we're going to start reducing that rate, decrease the rate, soft landing, I think everything can be under control. They start using these terms. He's already done it. That's a signal that they're going to ease up for their buddies to start investing in stocks and in other type of asset classes. Everybody else who's working 9 to 5 and you're giving your money into your 401k, it's not really going to matter to you at all. That's the whole point. So that's how they keep you poor, because you can't participate like they can. You're not understanding. You're not out here buying stocks, are you? If the top 10% of the wealthiest own 89% of the stock market, that's like a 2-year-old number. They haven't given up the new numbers, but they still own a large percentage of the stocks. This is why we want you to buy stocks here. I don't want you to go give your money to a hedge fund or a 401k or whatever and tell them, hey, here's my $2,000 this month. Go have fun and give me my 9% or 8% or 6% or whatever you told us. It's a bad year, so it's negative 3%. But they still get their fee. So not only did you, everybody, some people at your company, some people at several companies all go into their pot. So they have billions of dollars under management. And then they tell you, oh, by the way, we charge 1% annually to manage your money. And you're like, what? Wait, you guys are getting $100 million a year or something? What are you saying? Yes, we are. But it's only 1% though. Don't worry, it's only 1%. And we're going to manage your money. So when it's 6%, we tell you 6% this year, you're going to be happy. When we tell you you got 3%, you're going to be happy. And when we tell you got 9%, you're going to be happy. And when we tell you got 15% one time every 8 years, you're going to be happy. In the meantime, you're sitting there going, hey, wait a minute. Didn't Eric just tell me about this stock that gives dividends and it's LUMN? Right. Exactly. Didn't Eric talk about ORC? 17% dividends? Why am I sitting here giving my money to these guys? They're charging me 1% on my money or more, and I can't even withdraw it because the IRS is going to give me a penalty unless I transfer it to another 401k fund or another 401, my own 401k. Wait a minute. This doesn't seem right. Maybe I should keep my money myself so it's always liquid and nobody's going to be charging me a fee. You guys understand 1% per year taken off of your profits adds up. And then you're paying tax on any income coming in as well. So it's actually costing you that little 6%, 9% they give you. You're losing like a third of it. All right. This is a cold game out here, ladies and gentlemen. Meanwhile, they have all your money and they're borrowing against what they are managing and getting interest-only loans where they can go out here and do what Diesel Mike was talking about, go buy $2,500 homes for $415 million and then charge you insane rental prices. All right, enough. I'm on the speech pattern tonight. I came in hot, came in late, because it's getting me mad when I hear this Jerome Powell talking this BS while he's sitting there printing more money. And now they're happy that inflation is 7.1%. I told you guys it was going to be 7.1%. And now, oh, it's okay. But we're not going to count fuel and food into our inflation numbers. Again, ladies and gentlemen, pay attention. Jerome Powell. We have an inflation rate of 7.1%, but we're not including fuel and food in the inflation numbers. It ain't 7.1. All right? Get real. So, meanwhile, people are sitting here going, man, it's okay. They're giving you this soft stuff. Oh, it's 7.1. It's not that bad. It went down. It went down. We're on the right track. It's all good, top 10 percenters. We're going to start reducing and lightening up the interest rate hikes in 2023. It's all good. If you believe that, ladies and gentlemen, I got bridges to sell you all over the desert. 7.1% is not good year over year because it's a lie. Second off, their goal is supposedly 2%, which is a lie. They don't really care what inflation is because if you are in the top 10% of the wealthiest, inflation doesn't affect you. What I mean by that is you have assets. You have 10%, 12%, 15% return, and you have lots of assets that you can borrow against. You have money coming in. You can always buy because I can always raise rent, right? I can always charge more for my products and services. You can't when you have a job. You can't walk in at your job and go, hey, you know what? It costs 7% more year over year. Can I get a 7.1% raise? You know what they're going to say. They're going to laugh at you. What are you talking about? But as a business owner, as an apartment owner, as an Airbnb guy, all I have to do is just put in some numbers. My rental was $400, $399 a night. It's 21. We'll just call 7%. It's $28 more. But I want to make a little bit more profit. So instead of me charging $428, I'm going to charge $449 next year. Not only do I beat the inflation number, I make a little bit more money because I have an asset. You can't do that with a job. That's how they keep you poor, ladies and gentlemen. And then we won't even get into added expenses. Don't have the children situation going on. Love them all you want, but the problem is there's an expense situation involved. So think about that. So get on the passive income train. Victor, I have been retired for 2 years now. It's the best thing ever. Laverne Penix, tell them like it is. Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool and Mrs. Cool out there chilling in the DR. Oh, Eric, we're just going to go for like a week. Next thing you know, it's like, wait, week 2, week 3. Wait a minute. These guys are hanging out. Because he put in a plan early, ladies and gentlemen. And I got to give Mr. and Mrs. Cool some credit because I do know where they live. Well, not exactly where they live, but the city. They gave it away before because we were talking about the city. And they bought a house at the right price before this crazy increase. So even if home prices come down, I believe they're still going to be fine, and they're put themselves in position for the next explosion. It's a beautiful thing. So he's done that. He's got his retirement in order, and now he's sitting here taking advantage of other ways to earn passive income. Got real estate pre-construction, going to rent it out on Airbnb in one of the hottest tourist destinations on the planet in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic. And once they get that infrastructure built, now him, Mr. and Mrs. Cool, is going to have another stream of passive income coming in monthly. And the good news is guys over in the DR finally came to their senses and started talking about 20% management fees. That comes in handy because now you have to do 20%. That's in the ballpark. You can do 20. You just can't. I don't recommend 30 or 35. I recommend 20 if the guy actually is legitimate and it works out fine. But when you make $1,500 and somebody says, okay, I'm going to take out $300 for us. And then after it's left over, you might have, well, I'll just say $900, $800. I'll take the $800 on something that I bought for under $100,000. Yeah, I'll take that. $800 a week. Where do I sign up? I just want to rent 2 weeks a month or the equivalent of 14 days, 50% occupancy, let's say. I'll take it. $1,600 a month. At the end of the year, we're over 20 G's. 20% on my money. Profit. NOI. Where do I sign up? Check the channel, ladies and gentlemen. Pre-construction real estate. All right? Do the search. Laverne Penix, awesome job. Way to go. Victor Marrero, Curtis David, yes, sir. The prices have come down, or it will be an impossible dream to a lot of folks. This is putting a lot of pressure on the rental market. Exactly, Victor Marrero. Exactly. There's a thing called supply and demand. All right? That's the whole point. Real estate is no different than the stocks. When you buy a stock, the only way a stock price can go up is when people are demanding buying it. The only way a home price can go up, people are demanding it. There's a lot more people demanding it. Rental prices work the same way. So I have JP Morgan out here. I have Haven, whatever their name was. I have Home for Rents and Home for whatever, Home America, whatever, Blackstone, BlackRock, giving them debt facilities so they can go out here and buy homes. The question is this. They bought the home for a certain value. They owe their shareholders 5% returns, let's say, or less in some 4% occasions. What happens when they can't rent out all of their units, or they have a slowdown where people are like, I'm not going to pay no freaking $3,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment or 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 1,500 square foot house? What's going to happen then? Remember, JP Morgan and these guys already using equity, using money, borrowing. Now, what happens? You guys know what's going to happen. They all of a sudden have to scramble and go, okay, uncle, $2,200 a month. That's what's going to happen. Because you can't rent when interest rates come back down for the federal funds rate. It's going to be cheaper for you to buy a home than it will be to rent. So therefore, nobody's going to rent. They'll just buy a home. You still have to earn 3 times the number. It's not going to matter. You're going to qualify. See, ladies and gentlemen, don't be fooled. Just stay patient. There's always counterattacks. All right, there we go. There's equity in stocks, real estate, business, but buy into assets in the darkest days of recession. Very well said. Where home downs 30%, paper asset like Microsoft stock off 22%. The home builders are bankrupt. Yes, they're falling like flies. Another prediction that has come true. I told you guys all this was going to happen. This is no surprise, and I'm loving every freaking bit of it, these greedy dudes. Laverne Penix, didn't know you were retired. I've been planning for that transition for over a year. I didn't have a plan after my first Army retirement, but now I'm ready. Second retirement enough. Exactly. Victor Marrero said, hey, quite frankly, Victor Marrero, I have friends that did the military thing when they were out of high school, 18, 19 years old. They spent 20 years, so they were 40, 39, 40, and then they got a second job. So they have 2 pensions coming in. Well, they're not actually fully retired on the second, but they're going to have 2 pensions coming in and made investments along the way. So perfect plan, beautiful plan. In fact, that's what my dad did too. Same thing, because he was in the military. So that's the plan. That and the check coming from Uncle Sam, they always come. They pretty much come. So you're going to be good to go. And making the other investments, RHB 30,001. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. Very nice to see you. Dividend stocks outside the US dollars, where Peter Schiff says to put your money since the dollar is going to fall. RHB 30,001. Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff. Okay. He's saying the dollar is going to fall. The dollar is always falling, but it's falling up from a different way. But he's actually right. He's right. I know what he means, but I'm saying every day I'm losing value on that stupid piece of paper, a debt note of all. It's not even real money. It's nothing. It loses value. He's actually talking about the dollar is going to reduce its, not what I'm referring to, reduce value. He's actually talking about the dollar is going to fall because the BRICS guys got serious. Saudi Arabia is talking with China that they're going to be able to allow you to exchange US dollars and yuan for oil without going through the United States. And other countries want to sign up for that, and I can't blame them. This is what happens when you actually try to screw the world over. They figure out ways to go around your ass. And now it's damn near too late. 37 trillion dollars in debt for the American people. It's a damn shame. And guess who's going to be holding the bag, ladies and gentlemen? You and your whole generation of families for years to come. Now, back to this statement here by RHB. Dividend stocks outside the U.S. That's very, very interesting. Peter Schiff, he actually has, I'll just call it a hedge fund. His hedge fund is a business. He can do trades on all the indexes around the world. Most people don't know how to buy stocks around the world on other exchanges. So it's easy for him to say, and I don't necessarily agree with it. It could be done. It will work out. That's the way to work it out. But all I'm saying is, if I have $100 right now, and I know that I'm getting 16% return on my money, I know every year that's $16 per $100, as long as they give out dividends. I don't really care if the dollar goes down, because as long as the guys are paying me my 16% for when I put in, I'm still getting 16% annually on my money. Keep in mind, Peter Schiff has ulterior motives. That's all I'm going to say about him. Remember all the gold? What happened? Remember it's going down, and get some gold and get some all this precious metal, get all this and that and the other. And people bought gold higher than what it is now in 2013, 2014, because he was out here saying crazy stuff like this. I'm sorry. He says good stuff, but if you check out timelines and see what he says, and if you would have done something, you're going to be a worse off position 5, 6, 7 years later. And you're going to be sitting there like, wait, now he's saying this, now he's saying that. He changes up, which is fine, because you have to adapt depending on the markets. But again, he has a fund in Puerto Rico he was operating, getting that tax break by going there and living there. So he has other things going on. It's not just cut and dry like ordinary citizens. He's part of the top 10 percenters. All right. So he can he'll make different moves, but he tells the general public, make these moves. Nothing wrong with Peter Schiff. It's just that he's always saying things are going to happen for the last 13 years. While the stock market has doubled, tripled, he's saying the sky is falling. People were left out in the cold buying freaking precious metal crap. Meanwhile, they're losing out on 300, 400, 500, 1,000% on some simple stocks like freaking Apple, Tesla, Microsoft, like stuff that people would invest in. All right. So this is why I have a differing opinion, because again, he has a fund, so he has a reason to tell people what to buy. But nothing wrong with him, really. It's just that he has a different way of looking at things. Here in the SSN Nation, I'm looking out for the people. We don't have a fund. We don't have ulterior motives. I'm not going to be on CNBC. I'm not going to be on Bloomberg. They're not calling me up to say, hey, man, what do you think? Because when my words come out, people are going to be like, oh, wait, hold on. Cut to commercial, please. He's out here trying to help people without using us. Did you hear him just say, we don't need these guys? Cut. We're not inviting him on ever again. All right. That's what it's like out here, RHB. It's real out here in the field. And by the way, just for RHB coming in tonight, thank you for that. Let's go. Because I did mention this right here, right? I did mention this. This is crazy. I did mention this, right? Lumen. LUMN. Some people were like, what's he talking about? Look at this. 17.33%. Do you really think I put in $1,000. I get $173 annually. Do you really think I care if the dollar goes down if they're still sending me $173 10 years from now? Plus, I'm reinvesting some of it. And now it's not just $173 annually. It's like, wait, hold on. This thing done tripled. They're like, wait, he's getting, if he reinvested now. So the 17% is now 20%. You really think I'm going to care what the dollar value really is? Hell no. Cut me my check. Just like Warren Buffett says. Give me my money. Do you really think Warren Buffett, when he spent all his money and acquired all these corporations 20 years ago, subsidiaries of Berkshire Hathaway, and he's getting billions of dollars annually in dividends? Do you really think he cares if the dollar's worth a penny? As long as those dividends keep rolling in, he invested that 20 years ago. See what I'm saying there, RHB? That's all I'm trying to say. Yes, I talk a lot of mess, but I give you the straight deal because we want people to win. All right? I'm just saying. Nothing wrong with listening to everybody. You got to hear from different people to keep your mind right. Curtis Davis, they want to keep people in a cycle of poverty with bad credit, reaching for cars and homes out budget. Yep. Rather teach cycle of wealth by assets and find cash flow. Exactly. It looks like we have someone else in the house. Miracle Bro is here. Hey, I like the sound of that. I like the sound of Miracle Bro. Can I start investing in stocks using the Webull app, or is there a better way? Okay, Miracle Bro. Hold on. Speaking of the Robinhood Webull apps, you know what? I don't even have anything in the description today because I was running a little late, a lot late. Not just a little, a lot. Okay, if you have not, and I don't know how, oh, I know what I did. Okay, in honor of Twitch, some people may know who Twitch is. In honor of Twitch, I have people in Twitch, the actual social media site, can come in tonight, by the way. If you haven't downloaded the Webull app, here's a link. It's a free app. And yes, Miracle Bro, you can invest in stocks with the Webull app. No, it's simple. There's no cost. Well, okay, there's no cost. There is a cost, but it's not what you think. There's no cost. So you just upload money in your Webull, and then you can buy like LUMN, like I have on the screen here, 17.3, if that's what you want. Or this is for Mr. Cool. Let's go see what happened with Mr. Tesla stock. Oh, there we go. There we are. Mr. Cool. You know I called it. I said, is it going to go under the 160? I said, I think it is. It's 1929. And Elon Musk is helping it anyhow with the Twitter situation. Now, this is in the interesting zone. I think we're right where we want to be with Tesla nearly. You guys know I like going 140, but I'm greedy. Remember what I was saying before. When you buy at 300, you buy at 280, you buy at 250, you buy at 200, all those bullets you let out the chamber, and then now you find out you're at 50% off. And all that dollar cost averaging, if you'd have had all that money, you would have twice as many shares. Patience, ladies and gentlemen. And oh, by the way, yes, anybody new here, I've been telling people, it's 1929 to 1932. It's happening now. There's going to be some things that are going to be interesting, and Tesla is one of them. So this is exactly how it's going to plan. Now I think I like Tesla a whole lot better. But I want to see 140. I'm not mad. I'm going to sit here and chill out because I don't think it's still 1929, 1930 right now. I think it's still going to possibly go down. I knew it was going to go under 160. I want to see if it gets to 140. I don't know if it'll get there, but I do like what I see now. Now we can start talking Tesla. Now it's time to start considering, is it $30 less? Is it going to be $40 less? Is this going to be the bottom here? Well, I think there's a problem. Miracle Bro, very nice to see you. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wednesday night live stream. And hopefully that helps you out. You can use the Webull app. Oh, by the way, I'll just put in another one. I did mention IEP. Okay. I'll show you this. IEP is the Icon Enterprises, 15.84%, ladies and gentlemen. Return on your money. Explain why you're going to put your money into a fund or buy a REIT. You know who I'm talking about. Cardone Capital giving you 5 or 6%, and it's locked when you could just buy Icon, IEP, and get 15.84%. Does this make any sense on getting 5% returns, 6% returns when you can easily get 15? Come on. Come on. This is how they keep you poor, ladies and gentlemen. Getting hyped up by these guys that don't have your best interest at heart. And just like Miracle Bro said, I can do this myself. Can I start investing in stocks using Webull app? Yes, you can do it yourself, Miracle Bro. That's what he's saying. He's like, I can do this myself. All right, the FTX fiasco with Sam Bankman has the potential to jam our crypto bags. Oh yeah, it's jammed, man. Now the U.S. Congress is weighing additional regulations. The crypto system is rigged. You can't win. There we go. Once again, it's rigged out here. Oh yeah. They won't stop trying to make you poor. Fight financially, ladies and gentlemen. The people's money is now being altered. All they needed was this FTX debacle. Sam Bankman freed, not free anymore. He was basically using the banking system model, the hedge fund model with crypto. He created money out of thin air, then bought assets that were not worth the money, then turned around and borrowed against those worthless assets, and then bought other assets. And all the while, all of it's a house of cards. Same thing banks do, same thing hedge funds do, same thing Open Door did, except he did it in crypto, and that allows now the U.S. government, which is not a bad thing if the U.S. government actually did regulate it. That would open the door, but unfortunately, they're not going to regulate it to make it friendly for us. They're going to make sure their oligarch friends are able to buy up the best crypto, and then they're going to create their own crypto. And so then, therefore, they're going to do what Sam Bankman-Fried did. They're going to create their own crypto, and you're going to have to buy it from the government or whatever hedge fund or whatever exchange. Same thing. Here we go. Home prices in Vegas are down 20%. All right, Laverne Penix. I know they're down 20%, but you didn't buy. I don't think you bought in 2022 or 2021. So as long as you didn't do that, you don't have the 40%. You didn't buy it 40% or 20% increase. So you're still under that level. Even if, here's the thing, even if it goes to 50%, you could be underwater, but never fear, because in 2024, you're going to be happy because they'll get back under 4%, the federal mortgage rates. And then your home price will start skyrocketing when they get it to 3.9. And it'll be just right back to 20% increase year over year, 30% increase the following year, frenzy. And your home's, I predict, is going to be worth whatever all-time high it was right now, add on another 50% in 3 years, 2025. That's what I'm saying. We'll find out. I should make these benchmarks. I should turn around and write down what I'm saying or something, right? I think that's a good idea too, because then we can go back and look and say, hey, is this on the list? And you guys will be like, damn, he was right again. How can this happen? He's got a crystal ball or something? Does he work for the feds? Is that why he's always against the feds? I have been smart and lucky. Now that I'm retired, I receive 4 streams of income monthly. There we go. Laverne Penix, love to hear this. It's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That's the game plan, ladies and gentlemen. Millionaire formula is right here in the SSN Nation. All right. It's rumored Elon sold $3 billion to Tesla stock. This Twitter CEO causing more trouble. Okay. It's no rumor, Curtis Davis. I was talking about this Monday, or were we on Monday? No, I think it was two. Yeah, we were on Monday, right? One of the short days. I don't know if Friday it was short, but I was talking about Elon Musk in the last 7 days. And I told you guys, remember, he borrowed against his Tesla shares. Remember that? The value of his Tesla shares used to be, when he borrowed, was probably in the 200s, probably 275, 250. His ratio margin has shrunk. If it goes from 250 to 160, he had to get a call saying, "Hey, man, you gotta give us some money here. We don't want to be out here dry." So he either had to sell his shares or he had to come out of pocket. Elon's known for not wanting to come out of pocket. He's borrowing against his shares or borrowing against his what other assets he has. He's borrowing against it. All right. So that means he's playing the old game of the wealthy until he can't borrow no more. He's running out of time. And that $44 billion piece of crap Twitter he bought, worth $1 billion to $5 billion in reality, that's a problem. And it's not liquid or passive income enough to coming in to pay for the bills. So now he has a problem, a huge problem. Because remember, he's leveraged with his other companies using his Tesla stock. I can't remember the number of, if it's 60%, 50% of his Tesla stock that's leveraged. It's up there. So, of course, he had to sell. There's no rumor. You know, it's no way around it. It's just like Michael Saylor has to sell when Bitcoin goes down. Same thing. He can sit up there and look all smug and act like all this, that, and the other. But in the background, he had to, "Hey, you better cut us a check, man. You're supposed to stay 30%. We need 30%. And he can talk all this crap he wants to. But I'm going to show people this. FTX was a joke from the beginning. He just did what hedge funds did without permission. Exactly, because it wasn't regulated in reality. Eric, thinking ahead, yes, they will regulate the token crypto to certain folks. Exactly. So when people are running around here going, yeah, get XRP, get whatever, the ISO 2022, they're already picking winners. That's what they do. The government goes, okay, these guys are going to be the winners. And a lot of people got that XRP. Nah, we're not going to make them one of the winners. We don't want ordinary citizens coming up here with us. We want to keep these people at bay. We want to keep them poor. We're going to make them come up maybe a little, but we're not going to allow these guys to have $1 billion worth of this stuff. You see how much the ordinary citizens are holding XRP? Because they thought XRP was going to be something way back when it was 1 cent, less than 1 cent. Hell no. I bought in 2020. All right, Laverne Penix, he bought in 2020. So there we have it. In Las Vegas, 2020. So that means if the home prices went down 20%, you're still positive. You're still going to be good. So actually, it looks like you're still going to, okay, let me do some numbers real quick. I'll just say in Las Vegas, let's just say you bought a house, $250K in 2020. In 2021, I think Vegas was like the norm, maybe even higher, but let's just say it went 20% increase. So that's 50,000. So that means the house is worth 300,000. And then the next year it went up 20% again. So that's 60,000. So now it's worth 360. Bought it for 250. Now, if it loses 20% of its value, that's 72 grand. So now it's 290, let's say. So you're still positive. If it went up to 360 and you lost 30%, that's like 100 grand, a little more, 108. You're still winning 40%. Now we're getting in your ballpark. But you're not going to care because you bought already at the 40, 50, 60% levels. So you're going to reap the rewards when the next explosion happens, and your home is going to be worth not 360, but 650, something of that nature. And you're going to be sitting there, you and everybody else in the neighborhood would be like, we have 400K, 450K home equity. What do we want to do with this? Somebody's going to say, let's take it out and get some more passive income in the house. A little bit of it, not all of it, just a little. Because the interest rate, you're going to be able to get an interest rate below your 2020 interest rate. So now it's not even going to hurt. You're just going to say, okay, just give me an extra 50 G's, let's say. My mortgage is going to be the same? Yes. All right. But I'm taking this money to get me some more passive income in here. So my mortgage is not going to be the same. I have an extra $500, extra $1,000 per month coming in. I'm using that to pay off this thing faster because I don't need it. I already have 4 or 5 extra streams of income. It's a beautiful plan, ladies and gentlemen, if you can get it, but you have to make plans now. All right, let's see where we at. 1 hour, 21 minutes. Please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about, please subscribe to the channel. Click the all notification bell. Now, I don't have anything in the description below the video right now. After the video is over, there will be free stocks in Robinhood and Webull down below. There'll be a couple of things I'm not going to talk about tonight, but it's cash flow NFT. We're up to $3,500 in our business opportunity for the SSN lifestyle. We only have 1,500 more to go for the NFT, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be exciting. The UK NFT passive income. If you don't know what I'm talking about here, it's called Miracle Cash and More, licensed, regulated in the UK. They've already started. Search the channel for Miracle Cash and More or Cash Flow NFT, and you'll see some videos. You can check it out yourself. You can either buy the Cash Flow NFT for $5,000 or you can join our group where you can put in $250 minimum, but we're up to $3,500 now. $1,500 is the max you can put in. It has to be 250 increments. That can only be the contribution. So there we go. All right. So Laverne Penix positioned himself perfectly because his interest rate isn't the lowest, so that he still has wiggle room, which is beautiful. And he didn't buy in 2021 or 2022 where he would be subject to not being locked. He wouldn't be able to do anything. So when the Federal Reserve go back down and get people, you can refinance for 3.3 or 3.4%. I don't know if he has an interest rate lower than that, but if he does have an interest rate higher than that, now all of a sudden he has a $250,000 house. Instead of having, I don't know what it could have been, but let's just say it's 4%. I don't know. And then instead it's down to 3%. I'll drop it and make it easy. $750 a month mortgage plus taxes and whatever, $1,000 per month. That would be crazy, right? That's doable, ladies and gentlemen. You have to there's always a counter that you can do. As long as you don't do what people did in 2021 and 2022 when they bought at the height of the market and interest rates weren't 2.9% or 2.5%. They were like 5%, 6%. Now they can't refi because interest rates are now 8% or 7.5%. So now their home price goes down and they can't refi. They're locked. You're going to stay poor or you're going to walk away. Take your pick. But you're locked. Everybody else up until that time, even if the house goes down, your interest rate is lower. So you can weather the storm because you're not affected as somebody else who bought a 7.4 interest rate for their house. So just think about all that, ladies and gentlemen. That's how they keep you poor. There's a game going on and they don't tell you it's a game. You're out here thinking, I'm just going to buy a house. I'm going to go buy this asset that I think it's an asset. Like I'm going to go buy a car. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go get a 10-year loan for a car. I'm going to go buy a $200,000 car just because they're cool. I can afford it. Right. That's what they want. They need you to circulate that paper. That debt note that you're carrying around, that greenback you're carrying around as a debt note, that's not really money. So once everybody understands that, then you'll understand why they want you to have a lot of those. Because you're actually borrowing from them. They're using you as a derivative. You're actually working for something that they give away for debt. It's not money. We treat it as money because that's the psyche, but it's not really money, it's debt. So if you think about this as money, ladies and gentlemen, then you'll start really thinking, hold on, where do I get these assets to make them pay for this fake stuff? Think about it this way. I'm going to use a different analogy for once. No monopoly. I'm going to do something a little different. Imagine you bought a home, or you didn't buy a home. Somebody bought a home, and the contract that they signed said they're going to buy the home for $400,000. And they walked up to you and said, hey, Eric, this buys you $400,000. Here it is. And they give it to you. You, if it was green and a duffel bag of cash in a suitcase, you would be ecstatic. You'd be like, what? He gave me $400,000 of debt. You'd be ecstatic though. But the fact somebody gave you a piece of paper and you're like, that's $400,000 worth of debt. You'd be like, hell no, man. Get that away from me. See, think about the psychology that they're using against you. Money is not money. It's debt. You're just taking somebody else's debt and working for it. We don't want to work for it. If you can avoid, you can. Passive income. Sometimes you do have to work for it. Sometimes you have to work 2 jobs. Sometimes you got to work 3 jobs because you need that greenback in order to pay the bills. But now, once you realize you don't need the greenback, then you start realizing, wait a minute, I have passive income coming in here. I'm wiping out their greenbacks and I'm keeping my money, my duffel bag of cash. I'll use your greenbacks for my duffel bag of cash, but I'm not working for that duffel bag of cash no more. That's how we want to do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right? That's what we do here. We're out here cooking. We're out here being the drug dealer of finance. That's what we do here. Straight legal. Because why do illegal, then have the gains, and then find out the government comes and gets you like Sam Bankman-Fried and Associates? That's all I'm going to say about it. I'm still positive. Yes, she is. I figured that because I think I did the numbers about right. So you're going to be positive even at a 20% downturn now, even at another 20% downturn. So that's going to be, 35 to 40% off. So the only time you're going to even be, you don't even need to consider anything because the house would be worth 360. At 50%, it would be at 180, right? You owe let's say you bought the house for 250. You're not going to be mad. Well, I wouldn't be mad because you have a locked in interest rate that's lower than the interest rate now that somebody that's going to pay let's call it 175. He's going to have an 8% interest rate. Both of you are going to win because when the interest rate goes down below what your interest rate is now, both of your home prices are going to be double and then some. So both of you are going to win in the long run. In a short, there's no long. It's in 2.5 years. You're going to both be able to make decisions going, what do I want to do? Because believe me, the Federal Reserve, just as fast as they were rate hiking them, they're going to want to come down fast as possible. Even if inflation is 5% or 4%, they're not going to care about that. They don't care about you. Come on. You really think they're sitting there talking their BS? Oh, yeah, we want it to be down to 2% while they're talking up 7% is good. Why were they talking up 7% is good? You guys know why. They're setting you up. So when it's down to 4%, now they're going to look and go, oh, see, it's down to 4%. Our stuff is working. We can start reducing interest rate now for our buddies because, you know, they're out here hurting. They have to file bankruptcy. Elon, he's having problems. Oh, my, man. I'm having a little fun tonight because I find this situation so hilarious. And when Powell came out and talked, I was like, this is exactly what I expected him to say. It's sad. Screwing the American, well, actually, all central banks are screwing their citizens around the world, but they're using words, not using and not giving fair evaluations and doing stuff behind our backs. It's not fully transparent. And then coming out here giving signals to a certain segment of the population, the wealthy, and meanwhile, the worker that just finished a 10-hour shift, he knows nothing about Chairman Powell's press conference or minutes. All he knows is, I'm tired. I don't want to see nothing about financial. I'm living like paycheck to paycheck, or I only have X amount left over after my paycheck, and I don't feel safe, stressed out. So no, not paying attention to none of that. I'd rather just give my money to the 401k and call it a day. I'll work here for 20, 30 years and hope I can retire. So they beat you down long enough, you're going to join the party like a Stockholm syndrome. We don't want that, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to fight financially. We're going to keep going. All right? No matter what they do. So just like I'm going to keep, in fact, I don't know if I should keep talking about it. Maybe this will be the last time. Just like on every platform, everything that goes on in America is contrived, planned, based on picking winners. You guys might think it's an open foray into freedom. There is. That's why any one of us can win. But all of us can't win. That's the problem. And then when you're on platforms, they pick and choose who they want to promote. They pick and choose who's going to be censored or not. They pick and choose behind the scenes what's going on. Now, a lot of people don't believe this until mathematics don't lie. So like I keep saying, when I sent Google a message 2 years ago, and I told the guy, I said, hey, I'm in the back office. And you know, everybody that talks about finance, everybody that talks about real estate, everybody that talks about stocks, and they show their back office, you notice something weird or not weird. They generally have people from all over the world watching their videos. I said, but can you explain how one or two people from Canada, UK, Caribbean, and nowhere else in the world watches Stop Struggling Now channel? And when they sent me back this thing going, well, we can't determine who's going to watch the channel. And that's when I responded with, yeah, because nobody from any other countries check out stocks or real estate, or I was just like, or wants to start a business in America, or I'm like, I was like, okay, you guys are clowning, because 100% of everybody that shows their back office that talks financial stuff has thousands of people from around the world watching the video. And mine, how can I be like 3 people every month? I said, that doesn't make sense. Come on, stop playing. So then they came up with some other BS. I was like, okay, I know what it is. There's some people that tell the truth, some people that actually help people, and we help people. They're like, oh, hold on, Annie talks mess, because you can't stop us. That's why I talk mess. We can all start a business. We can all make money. We can all make money off of your backs. I'm talking about the top 10%ers when they mess up, and they messed up, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm jumping for joy because we're about to explode with the transfer of wealth on our side. They're going to still get wealthy, but we're also going to join in on that little tsunami of wealth that's going to be dumped in people's laps. All right. Enough. Eric, thinking ahead. We got to stay ahead. Remember, EVs too, ladies and gentlemen. I bought in 2020. There you go. I'm still in the positive. Okay, we're going to wrap this up because I did start late, 1 hour, 35 minutes. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight because I did start, 10 o'clock? No, 10, something like that. And you guys still came in here tonight, watched this live stream. Yes, I started going off. It wasn't the conventional one. I only gave a couple of stocks that we talk about all the time. LUMM was one I talked about 2 weeks ago. So I figured 17%. Come on. AGNC, ORC, IEP, LUMN, those four, right? Just for starters, we'll leave it there. Join us on Friday night for the live stream, please. It's at 9-10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be talking about the cash flow NFT to get us to that $5,000 NFT for passive income with an exit strategy after 4 years. Stores, exchange, transaction fees shared with NFT holders. A POS system, transaction fees, profits shared with the cash flow NFT holders. Insurance products, profits shared with the NFT holders. It's one bad program, ladies and gentlemen, and the stores are licensed and regulated in the UK, in Spain, in Cyprus, in Germany. It's going down. They've already started. They've already opened. It's happening. Not to be stopped, backed by real assets, real businesses. And then we'll get into some debt box information as well. Lots going on. Regardless of the crypto, don't be distracted with the Bankman-Fried nonsense. There's actually real companies out here that they don't want you to know about that you can invest in that is backed by real businesses that are operating right now. They tokenized. It's happening. So join us on Friday night. Let's talk about it some more. Thank you, everybody, especially the members with the icons next to your name. Thank you so much for your financial support throughout the years and tonight. And everybody else, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. But please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, but I'm going to be talking a lot of smack towards the end of the year. I'm just letting you guys know right now, especially because of what they're going to be doing to help out their friends. And because I know that I'm here helping out you and our friends. While they're trying to manipulate over there, we're just going to let them manipulate and we're going to ride their coattails to the wealth train. That's what we're going to do. We've already started, actually. So we're just going to continue to go, keep going, keep riding. And I'll be talking mess for the next 6 months to a year as we're all getting in the party. All right? So please, this is going to be a fun time over the next 12 months. So, oh yeah, they won't stop trying to make you poor. Don't think the government's your friend. The government is supposed to provide you for your taxes. They're supposed to provide you opportunity. They're supposed to provide you safety. They're supposed to provide you services. You're not just supposed to give them taxes and then they go, oh, well, you know, we're not going to spend it on anything to help you. We're not going to create anything. You know, like Jerome Powell sitting there like a clown talking about, oh, yeah, we need to make sure that people start going to work. And I'm like, okay, well, talk to your buddies. Maybe they want to hire people instead of laying people off. Because as far as I know, you guys don't have a company that employs millions of people. So what the hell are you keep talking about employment for? You have no bearing on employment, and acting like you do is disingenuous. Just because you raise interest rates or decrease interest rates, what's that got to do with employment? Zero. But you're sitting on TV talking like you can do something about it. That is craziness, ladies and gentlemen. Misdirection is what it's called. They can't do jack crap. Don't be fooled. They're just doing this so they can manipulate the markets behind our backs and make all this extra billions of dollars without putting it up front and showing people. And that's why crypto, they're not going to show their blockchain. It's going to be private because you're still not going to be able to see what they're doing because they're not going to show you. And that ought to tell you all you're going to need to know. Trust me, they will not have an open blockchain. So just stay tuned. But we're about to have some fun. All right, that's it. Hopefully I'll see you on Friday. I'll be dropping. I meant to drop videos, but I still wasn't on the right until the other day. Got a little better. Now you guys can see I'm 95.9% better. Friday, I should be full force 100%. And like I said, notice the hoodie edition. Nobody's coming to save you. That's right. Nobody's coming to save you. You can get this gear at the StopStrugglingNow.com website just in time for Christmas. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.